the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Colts and the Raiders, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two teams each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive.
They're led out by the young man out of Stanford, their rookie quarterback.
And when you watch young men come into the league, you know they're not going to continue to be the same quarterback they were in college. You expect to see improvement, but you do see many of the same attributes. This guy, even as a rookie, a lot of poise, understanding the offense. He's fully in control out there. To me, he has the makings of a real field general type of a player, someone who doesn't get rattled when the pressure's on.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Second down 6 at the 43-yard line.
Here's Locke.
That's complete to his running back, Taylor.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. Here's Locke.
That is caught.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
First down.
Give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has. And if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I won't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease, feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that and continuing to let him throw the football.
Now he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
That is first incompletion after a 4-for-4 start.
Yeah, but they shouldn't back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he's able to break out a one tackle and then quickly brought down. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Well, they had the solid field position there to start the opening drive and didn't have to really move it too far to be in range and take the 3-0 lead.
And a lot of times I think that even I look at this a little bit negatively because of where they started with the field position. Hey, they still got 3 points out of this drive. Got a little momentum going, got things set up for the rest of the ball game. Take the 3, be happy, and move on.
So now it's the Raiders' turn to go on offense for the first time. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. but he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Third down and 18.
Geno now to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Oh, the option to give to Taylor here. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll try the air now with Locke. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. We've seen quite a bit of a short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now Locke. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Again, Locke. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down and a yard.
At the Raiders' 16-yard line.
Luck now to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
1st and goal, Indianapolis.
They'll run here with Taylor. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
A pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
Again, it'll be Taylor. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising. They wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible. The lighter shift your defensive backs and allow you that opportunity.
So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, That would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now a first carry here for the running back.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
5 yards will get him back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10. Now Gino. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. Six nothing our score after 1. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And their 2 drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting 6s on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's when you put in a trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that.
That is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Raiders strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Aubrey good with the PAT, and they take the lead here at 7-6. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. Maybe somebody to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
To throw is Lott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. It makes it hard to defend.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
to throw. Luck. Looking middle, and that's complete. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. The Colts on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Off of play action. Luck. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Luck. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet, they're going to go for it on 4th. They snap it to Locke. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
First down,
From the gun, here's Locke. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Colts have retaken the lead. So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there. A well-executed series helps reestablish some confidence in him to run this offense.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing now is Gino. That's to Bowers once again. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
And the Raiders first down.
Here's a give up the middle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Taking down at the 41. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
Gain of 6. Brings up the 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. The Raiders are 1-2
through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they fell in the opener. Got back on the beam with a win in week 2, but stumbled again last week to fall under 500.
And despite that stumble, I don't think anyone's too concerned because they've made mistakes that they believe are correctable. And this is a team still getting to know each other. I'm not that concerned, and neither are they.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth. Yes, he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
10 more there and another first down.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Here's Smith. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
Here's 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
To the air again, Smith.
That's into the hands of his tight end, Bowers.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal.
That's good for another Las Vegas.
Back to throw, Smith. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. 2nd and goal from the 1.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll motion out one of the tight ends. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
A good-looking return set up here.
The Colts offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Long. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here's Locke. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
Nifty move. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Colts have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Can you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces to see the present, making plays, and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this one is no good. He missed it. And the deficit will stay at 2 field goals. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we close out the first quarter of this season. We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville, where it was definitely a game with some
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? They'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Smith. And complete. Gresham. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 12.
Another big gain or 2 in succession as this one goes for 32.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Off of play action, here's Smith. Over the middle, complete. That's Tucker. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he gets him a little bit closer and takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
To throw is Smith.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And his kick here is good. And that cuts the lead down to just 3, 20-17.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The Colts offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Luck.
That one out wide and intercepted. Picked up by Eric Stokes.
And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
He'll take it inside the 25. From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
That's caught by Tucker. A quick slant, good for 8 and a first. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 16-yard line.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take this one down near the 15. The 2nd down play not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
A shotgun snap for Smith. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the Colts are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks it right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul. But the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
2nd and 10.
Now it's Love. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Throwing is Love.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. A big play there for Indy. And even 40 yards.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. Now Love.
And it's nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Now a 2nd and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
He was brought down at the 26. It's a gain of 17 yards. First down.
Here's Long. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Colts add 6 to their lead. Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency. Because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said, this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The Raiders offense ready to go. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Geno now to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
And 6 yards to go.
Smith now to throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And here's Ryan Wright now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
In fact, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes us all the way down to the 37.
A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Here's Locke. And that's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
It's 2nd and inches at the 28-yard line.
To throw is Locke. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19.
61 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th. Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot.
1st down, Colts.
Back to throw. Love. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. And he takes it in for a quick score. It's their quarterback keeping it himself from a yard out.
And the Colts look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go, his first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback.
And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now Geno. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Tucker. Let go for a gain of 7, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Colts 36-yard line.
Smith. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Throwing is Smith. Staying on his feet. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. You know, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 11-yard line.
Here's a give up the middle. Avoids him at the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Raider touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. A drive that time of 6 plays. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Luck now to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. From the gun, here's Locke. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Yeah, a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Second down, another run with Taylor. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 87 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Back to throw. Did he get the feet down? Yes. Touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts look like they're about to put an end to their two-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Yet another touchdown in what has just been a high-scoring affair, a fun one to watch. And it's the rookie quarterback, Charles, coming through with yet another touchdown pass to pad the lead.
Did we come into this game where defense was optional? Because it certainly feels that way, right? But when you look at the scoreboard, this rookie, he has his team moving at a little bit quicker pace than his opponents. The entire offense is going to get plenty of praise, but I think these coaches have to be especially happy with what their quarterback has done.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. No matter what the defense throws at them, they feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now it's Smith. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
At the 45-yard line.
Throwing now is Geno. Short throw caught by Bowers. Oh, he sheds himself free. Still going. And finally taken down at the 15. It's a big play there for Vegas. And even 40 yards.
Las Vegas.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. From the gun, here's Smith. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are able to cut into that deficit. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now, you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line. And that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. So a big one coming down for Daniel Carlson on the left hash. Officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So the Raiders now down by 13. A little under a minute 50 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the
play. That's good for Las Vegas. First down.
Smith to throw.
A quick throw, but incomplete.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10. Smith's going to throw it. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And the ball is free. Taylor lost it.
And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
And that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
No, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go.
And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves
Previous
up off
play
the
is
mat and
under
do better
review.
this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On the handoff, Taylor.
Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll fake it. Now Locke.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
I see a surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
A 56-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it? Yeah. They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their history. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Smith.
And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The lines move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
But just over a minute to go in the football game. 2nd and 10. Here's Smith.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4th down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Now the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. But down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. Well, it didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this
Previous
being
play
inside
is
2
under
minutes
review.
of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
So it's a win here for the Colts, and it was their quarterback who led the way, Charles. Pretty impressive play for a rookie.
Yeah, he really carved up this defense. They were left looking at each other a number of times and just shrugging their shoulders. He had 4 touchdown passes and even had another on the ground for good measure. Really just played a whale of a ball game.
So for the Colts, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.